What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Episode
11
of the Busy Brothers podcast, where it is our mission to teach you how to find balance in the busy. Again, we say this every time. We busy. Everybody's busy. You've got kids to take to t-ball, one kid to go to baseball, one kid to go to softball, one game here, one game over there. You've got business stuff to organize and bills that need to be paid.
And you still want to be a human and do things like
fun. What's
for,
that?
For yourself. No. Yeah. That's exactly the case.
And then your wife wants to make a bigger garden, and then they get pigs and build a homestead.
We do not have a green thumb, so we let the garden thing go. Like she's talked about it. I'm like, hon, you can't keep things alive. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there is a lot going on, especially spring. This is probably why our parents never. You did, because you're the youngest. Got to play a spring sport.
One year I played golf as a spring sport.
I still will hold that. No, just kidding.
You can, because everybody was gone. It was
pretty
just
much.
me.
I mean,
you
it was just
you were out of the house.
Oh, I was out. Yeah, I was
you
gone.
were married.
And so we weren't able to play spring sports. Mom and dad said, we got to draw the line somewhere, which I totally agree with. I don't hold that over mom and dad's head at all. Right now, I was contemplating telling my wife, can we not do spring sports? Like, this whole baseball season going in every different direction. And next year is going to be even worse, because we have 4 different kids in 3 different teams. 2 of them are on the same.
Yeah.
Next year, we're having the 2 youngers, because of their age difference, is going to be different. So we'll have 4 different kids on 4 different teams, 4 different nights, 4 different game schedules. And then the year after that, Austin comes in to make it 5. So it'll be
God bless you.
It'll be wonderful. That's what happens when you be fruitful and multiply.
But that's kind of nice having a twin thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be... Well, no, because eventually they're going to be softball, baseball, so they're going to be different.
Yep, that is true.
So.
But this whole idea of this podcast is to teach you how to find balance in all of that busy. Whether you have 1 kid,
and first of all,
2 kid,
that doesn't mean we're perfectly balanced in what we do.
Absolutely not. This is full transparency, especially about what we're going to be talking about. But quick recap: if this is your first episode that you've been checking us out, we just got done talking about like internal perspective, like how to beat the battle of self-talk. So many times we are beat already out the gate because of the way that we talk about ourselves. And so we talked about that in our last episode. Go behind in
it was
the
a part of
playlist.
It was the end of the 3-part series on communication altogether, which we scratched the surface on what communication really could be.
Totally scratched the surface. So check those all out. Don't let this be the only episode you watch. But what we're going to talk about over the next 3 to 4 weeks, I believe it's 4 episodes, not weeks, is mastering time and energy. And most of this content, we give credit to Dan Martell to. What we did was we just took it, recreated it, and we're just going to regurgitate it to you. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If it works, if it fits, it ships.
And the other thing is a lot of people's things they do may fit you to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. But you have to find what works best for you.
Exactly.
So even in this, it's not like we're following his principles 100%.
Yeah.
It's what works best for you, what works best for me. Because the hardest thing that I see is when coaches, influencers, personalities, whatever you have it, they try to prescribe exactly what they do onto their people.
Yeah.
Rather than, okay, these are the principles. How do they fit into your lifestyle? Mm-hmm. Now, there's some things that are non-negotiables, which is we could go on about that. But a lot of stuff is subject to how does it work best for you.
Yeah.
So that's a caveat to this whole thing. So it's not simply regurgitating. It's like, how does it work for us? Because even you and I are completely different when it comes to tasks.
Yeah.
And how we go about tasks, how we fix tasks, and how we finish tasks.
Yeah.
So.
And we're not going to give you an end from the end all. You're going to have to apply this into your life and create what's the best system and structure for you. And before we get into how to master your time and energy and take control of your life, because this is, again, how do we find balance in the busy? You need to be able to plan things out so you have a grasp on what's happening. I'll tell you this, if you know a big bill is coming, mortgage is due, or something, a heating bill or whatever is coming, you're going to plan and prepare for that. Yeah. You're going to save, you're going to pinch pennies. You might not go to coffee that week. You might not go out to dinner that month if you have to save enough to get that. Mm-hmm. This is that for your time. If you know you have a season that's coming up that's extremely going to be tasking to you, you need to start saving yourself up for those, planning to make sure that, okay, if I know I got to pay this bill, I'm not going to go to coffee this week or whatever that is, then we need to do that for our time too, not just budgeting our money. And so the first thing that we need to understand in this whole idea is that he writes down in this is don't manage time, manage your energy.
Yeah.
Because we all have the same amount of time. And so many times we get overwhelmed because we're so busy, but the president of the United States, the president of foreign countries, Elon Musk, they all have the same amount of time. He runs multiple different billion-dollar companies when it comes to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all the things, but yet they still are active in producing and to the degree that we can see, still live somewhat functional lives in the background, not like falling apart because they're so busy. So there needs to be something different because we all have the same amount of time. And that difference is being able to channel your best times where you're the most focused, number one, and those best times that you are designed to be able to be in those focuses for the work. So it's don't manage your time, manage your energy. All right. And before we get into this whole budgeting your time and whatever, the one thing that we need to do is we first need to take inventory.
Yeah.
If you're going to start a budget and you're going to create something where you're planning your future, telling your money where it needs to go, you first need to create a inventory of how much is coming in, how much is going out. So what this is you're going to look at your weeks and you are going to create either a spreadsheet or sit down with your spouse or sit down with a significant other or a mentor, and you're going to write down your main responsibilities. What is it that you do personally? I would separate these out too. We'll get into that a little bit more later. What do you do personally? What do you do professionally? And what do you do? I mean, you can put in a spiritual component of that too if you want, but a lot of the spiritual parts are non-negotiable. Do those no matter what.
Yeah.
And those
are things that you don't find time for. Those are things you make time for.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the biggest piece about this is we have to make time for these.
Because I remember when I was, I don't remember when I started making the switch in my head, but I would always say like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And then one day the Holy Spirit gripped me and he's like, do you not have time for that? Or are you not making time for that?
Yeah.
One of the things was my personal time with God in college. I was going to Bible college for 4 hours a day, working for a church, another 4 hours a day with a 2-hour drive or an hour drive there, an hour drive back. So I was on the road for 2 hours, listening to music, podcasts, talking on the phone, whatever. And in my mind, I was doing enough.
Yeah.
Like that's enough. And God said, but can you wake up a half hour earlier and spend time with me? And it was just a reality. It's like everybody can wake up a half hour earlier.
Yeah.
Like that to me is not a great excuse for skipping time. But I get that some people's lives are a little more chaotic, and I get that, and I understand that. But at the same point, you budget for what you value.
Yeah.
Money and time.
Can I give you a scary analogy?
Yeah.
If you're going to budget your time, it's depressing. It really is depressing at one, especially if you're working in a job where you don't control, you clock in, you clock out. If you're not a business owner, it can be extremely depressing because if you look at it, we only have 24 hours in a day. Let's just say on average, you can get 7 to 8 hours.
Oh God, please.
On average. Okay. I work better on 6, so I would prefer that.
I work better on any.
Yeah.
Non-interrupted sleep.
All right. So if you're going to average it out, your body should at least get 7 to 8 to be fully what it needs to do, right? If you're not getting that, then you are actually not going to be more productive in the long run, even if you're adding one more awake hour of your day. You're depleting your body's natural resources. God made sleep for us to be able to replenish our bodies. So 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Some people need more, some people need less. Know your role. You have about 8 to 9 hours a day on average you're working. So add that up is between 15 and 17 hours of the day
and not
already gone.
Commute.
That's not including commute.
Yeah.
So depending upon your commute, you can say an hour both ways, especially if you stop for coffee, both ways.
Yeah. Well,
so you're already up to 16 to 18 hours just between two non-negotiables, work and sleep.
And then take an hour to eat dinner, half hour to eat dinner.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Cooking dinner.
Yeah.
So now you're approaching 20 hours that's already accounted for.
Yeah.
Not including the bathroom time with your phone scrolling, not including that hour of you trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, we've got all of this. So literally you're left between 2 and 4 usable hours that you've got to divvy up between maintaining your house, between making sure you're there for your kids, between making sure that you're taken care of, your gym time's taken care of, your spouse is taken care of, you're visioning for the future, to heck with any side hustle at this point.
Yeah.
So it's depressing when you really add up the amount of hours in a day. If you're in a job where you have to work for an employer 8 to 9 to 10 hours a day, your day is shot because you've got all of these non-negotiables that take up most of that day. So what we want to teach you in this is how can we multiply our time by harnessing the energy within the times that we actually have to be able to do. The Lord spoke to me this morning about when it comes to be fruitful and multiplying our day, we can't be fruitful and multiply our time unless we're fruitful with the time that we currently have.
Yeah.
So when I'm in my life, it's not just about like today. I'm not just making decisions today. I need to think of ways to be fruitful and multiply so I can multiply my time by doing something that could either make me not have to do this again in the future, or how can I create it so that way it takes less of my time in the future, especially if it's a maintaining thing or something you have to do. So before you can create this beautiful, what we're going to call the 4D framework of managing your time, we first need to take inventory. So write that all down. What are you doing in the day? And you might be scared to find out how much time you're actually wasting on social media.
Just take
Netflix.
Before you even do any of that.
Yeah.
Go on your phone and check your screen time. Mm-hmm. What does that say? And what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, a huge issue for me is sometimes scrolling when it's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's just, but the thing with that is you're not a bad person if you do that, because the social media is designed to be addictive.
Oh, 100%.
It's designed that way. So you have to know that going into that, instead of just sucking yourself into that and losing 4 hours.
Yeah.
Know this is going to be a time suck, so put a time limit on it.
Yeah.
If you don't have the discipline to be able to listen to that timer, delete the app.
Yeah.
I've deleted all my social medias. I can't even count how many times now.
Yeah.
Because I'll start to realize that either what happens usually is I'll download it, I'll use it too much, I'll put a timer on it, then I'll add time to the timer and add time to the timer and add time to the timer, and then I'm finally like, you know what, I can't. Mm-hmm. I don't have the self-control right now.
Yeah.
So I had to delete it and go somewhere else and do something else. And social media inherently is not a bad thing. It's a tool that people can use for good or for evil. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a lot of evil on it, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because you could get good content from social media, because this is kind of social media right here.
Exactly.
So just be mindful of it and take inventory. Like, is it taking too much time for you?
Yeah.
In a tall tale sign, especially if you're married, but even if you have friends around you and they say, if you ever hear somebody say you're on your phone a lot, that takes a lot of guts for them to say. So it means you're on it way more than you should be.
For sure.
In my opinion.
No, I agree. And I think that's something we need to take in consideration. And we have to inventory, number one, our time by singing we already know what's coming in 24 hours. But what is it going to?
Yeah.
And when you know what it's going to, that's when you can start to create the life that you want and the life that you're planning for in the future. Because until you do that, it's never going to change. If you're 100 pounds overweight, but you never take inventory and you never make a change, you're going to remain 100 pounds or even get even worse.
Yeah.
Because you have created a lifestyle to make you 100 pounds overweight. If you don't take inventory of how many calories you're intaking versus how many calories you need to maintain, you're never going to stop that trajectory of gaining weight. And so we've got to take inventory. Where am I at? Where do I want to go? And when we get that, this is what we do next. It's called the 4D framework. This is the key. This is the key right here. Number one, if you have something in front of you and it has been something that you need to do, but we talked about procrastination yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
You need to do it. right? But you don't want to do it, whether it's weed whacking or it's making a phone call.
Yeah.
Or like if it takes less than 2 to 5 minutes to get done, just do it, Shia LaBeouf. Just do it.
Just do it, Shia LaBeouf.
Yesterday I did a bunch of different phone calls that I've actually held off for a while because I wasn't doing exactly what this was. You know what I felt when I did them? That phone call took 6 minutes and 36 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all it is.
And it made you feel so good.
I went home like riding on a white horse, even though I was in a minivan. Like I was
it's gray.
Yeah, great. Yeah. I mean, I found out 25 miles to the gallon. I thought it was only 18. Nate corrected me. I was like, yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it was great.
Mine has the same engine as yours, but mine's a car. Yeah.
But do it. It's like just
do it. I
thought
you said figure out the mileage. I'm like, I don't really
No.
care. It's like from A to B.
But this is the thing. Like so many times, I had a guy ask me the other day. He's like, "How do you, when you get home from work, get yourself to a point where you do the things around the house that you know you need to do, but you have nothing in the tank to do them?"
Yeah.
You know what my mentor told me?
Kick yourself in the butt.
You got to kick yourself in the butt and go do it. I literally called my mentor last winter because I was in a stink. And I literally was not there. I didn't want to do anything around the house. I know I had projects I needed to get done. And it's a vicious cycle when you get into that place.
Oh, yeah, because they just pile up.
And the more it piles up, the more stink that you feel.
Yeah.
Which makes you not want to get up and actually do that.
Yep.
Total mess. And so when I called him, I said, I've got a guy that I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got a guy that I know. And I want to know how to help him. Basically, like if you were ever in a place where you got home, you didn't want to do anything, there's no drive, what would you do? Well, he didn't say it like that. He's like, well, you got to kick yourself in the butt and go do it. Yeah. Like you just got to do it. And that was it. That's all I needed to know.
And I tell this to the youth a lot of times in youth group. I said, if there's something that's hard to do the hard thing, because the hard thing is usually the right thing. And a lot of these 2-minute tasks are not hard in the sense of labor intensive. A lot of these 2-minute tasks are hard mentally, emotionally, especially in our realm in walking with people. A lot of those phone calls that are the 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute long ones are corrections that need to be made to help the person be better. But we don't want to make that phone call because it's emotionally taxing on you. So
or
then
you have no idea how it's going to go.
Exactly.
Or you don't know what the phone call is, and you're like, there's just that emotional taxing, not knowing what it is.
But then the thing is whenever you do put it off, it does feel better because it's like, well, then I'll get it another day. Mm-hmm. But all you're doing is delaying the hurt, delaying the pain.
Yeah.
Rather than facing your fear.
Yeah.
And discussing it and dealing with it. But I get it that it's mentally taxing both ways.
Yeah.
But the end result of pushing it off is more hurt. The end result of actually doing the hard thing is freedom.
Yeah.
And you have to push yourself past I want to I have to.
Yeah.
You have to get to a point where you have to put your feelings to the side and say, I'm not ruled by my feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm ruling my feelings by my decisions.
Absolutely.
Because emotions are a terrible leader. They're a great follower.
Absolutely.
Emotions are from God. They're an amazing thing. They're meant to enhance things.
Yeah.
They're not meant to drive things.
You can drive them.
Yes.
By doing what we just said, taking a task, and even if, let's just say you got 5 things that you need to do, and they're all different in their intensity. Mm-hmm. Do the least intense one first. What that does is that creates intellectually and chemically in your brain, it releases dopamine, which gives you more ability. Now you're driving your emotions to want to get the next 4 done. What I've done is if I get into a place where I actually do the thing, I find myself more productive that day in so many things that I hadn't done because I just did it. Yeah. So once you create this inventory, you know what you need to do, you know how you need to move things around, you know what you need to cut out. Number 1, just do it. Cut the thing out. Add gym in. That's another big thing too that I love. I watched a video the other day. It was short, and it said that I don't believe that you gain self-esteem being a person with a 6-pack. He said, I believe you build self-esteem being the kind of person that goes to the gym that gets the 6-pack.
Come on, somebody.
And so when you make that decision, just do it. Go to the gym whether you feel it. Go to the gym whether you want to. Go to the gym like these guys this morning.
Well, can I also say, like, if you got the six pack without the work, it wouldn't satisfy you as much as doing the work and getting the six pack.
And you wouldn't keep it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to take the magic pill that's going to give you everything you need, you're not going to be satisfied with the result, and you're always going to want more because you didn't dedicate the time to do the hard thing to get the reward at the end. Yeah. That's why so many lottery winners, within a matter of a couple of years, they have nothing left because they did not work for that wealth.
Yeah.
They simply received it.
Yep.
So it's harder to keep it because you don't have the principles. You don't have all that, but also you don't have the emotional capability to withhold that thing.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus said, or not Jesus, the Proverbs say that woe to the man who hastens to become rich. Mm-hmm. Quickly. What's that verse?
I believe it's Jesus in the Beatitudes.
I got to look it up now because it's going to drive me nuts. Go ahead. Sorry.
But just do it. I mean, now that you've got this inventory, you know what's coming in 24 hours. You know what's going out. What's coming in is you've got 8 hours here, 8 hours here, 2 hours here, 3 hours there. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I've got 35 hours worth of stuff to do and only 24 hours to do it. Now that you know, number one, you need to just do it. A lot of those things that you think take so long actually won't. Just do it. What you think will take an hour might just take you 20. Or the thing that you think might take you 20 minutes might take you 2 hours. So you got to get better at that, which I know almost men need to work on.
Yeah, let me do it real quick. It's Proverbs 28:20.
Okay.
I'll read it from the NLT. Give me 2 seconds. NLT. The trustworthy person will get a rich reward, but a person who wants quick riches will get into trouble. And that's not just money.
Yeah.
That's anything. If you want to quickly get to the finish line, you're going to be walking in trouble. You're going to be punished, not by God, but by your choices to quickly get there without going through. Yeah. That's like if you want to become CEO by the time you're 23. I mean, if you're able to emotionally carry that, great. But most 23-year-olds that I know do not have the emotional capacity, the mental capacity to hold that title, but they're pushing to get that title too early to where they get the title and they can't hold the weight, and then it breaks down their character.
T.D. Jakes said this: if I was to give you what I have now, it would break you.
Absolutely.
Because it took him 50 years to get there, and if he handed it to you, you wouldn't be able to sustain it. But
can we be completely honest?
Yeah.
As that younger generation, there's times where we're like, I want it now.
Yeah.
Me especially. I can try to speak for you, but
no, I've said that yesterday in our staff.
Yeah, you're like, I want to be there. Mm-hmm. And so many times we compare. Sorry, I'm off this, but it's important. We compare somebody else's journey to our journey rather than choosing what God has put in front of us, being dedicated to what God put in front of us, and being dedicated for God to bring the increase, not for us to bring the increase.
I agree.
So long I tried to push and push and push to be in real estate. It never worked. The numbers never worked out. Financing fell through. People would say no. And I was like, but I see these other 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds pushing, getting apartments, getting fourplexes, fiveplexes, buying multi-million-dollar things and flipping and all that. And I'm like, why can't I do that? Yeah. I did not have the grace to be able to handle it.
Absolutely.
Sorry. I had to get off on that.
I totally agree. One last quote to finish that section off is this. John Maxwell said, in order for you to do what I do, you need to did what I did.
Yep.
So do it. 4D number 2. Sean, take it away.
Is after you do it, you need to delegate it.
This whole list of things that we're looking at right now is the inventory that we just took. There are some things on that list you're just needed to do. Just go get it done. But there are some things on that list that you are going to have to just delegate. You're going to have to find somebody who can do it at least 80% as good as you, and you need to teach them how to do it. Mm-hmm. This is different now. Right now, I'm raising children. They're in their upper, like around 10. Those are the ones I can. They're all over the place in age groups. So there's a certain amount of tasks that I can delegate to these children to teach them how to do, how to grow, how to build their own self-esteem, how to whatever. So those tasks I delegate to them, and it teaches them responsibility while it alleviates me of a lot of the pressures that I would have had to do, and I have done up until this point. House chores is a big absolute yes. We all live in the same house. We all make it dirty. We all have property.
Yeah.
Our own, what's the word I'm looking for? Our own responsibilities to keep it clean.
Yeah.
So the 11-year-old, he can vacuum. The 9-year-old, she can do the dishwasher. They can all do the dishwasher. They can put away the dishes, put away this. They can feed the chickens. They can feed the pigs. They can do all of that. Our 11-year-old, where he can mow the lawn and weed whack. Like a lot of these responsibilities that I have done are now delegated. Same thing in the church. Yeah. Same thing in business. Like I used to clean the gym that we own. Now I've delegated that to a woman who does it 10 times better than I do. And the money that I'm paying her, I don't even miss it. I don't miss it at all.
It's the best money you've spent.
It literally makes me so happy when she gives me her hours. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I don't have to clean it at 10 o'clock at night anymore. And so there's this whole idea of delegation that is necessary. However, there is a right way to delegate and there's a wrong way to delegate. Delegation is kingdom. Dumping
is worldly.
It's not just worldly.
It's just rude.
It's rude. It sets them up for failure. You get frustrated. They get frustrated.
Well, and the problem with dumping is where you just do this, and then they do it wrong, and you're mad at them for doing it wrong, but you never taught them how to do it right. So
and then you get upset that they're doing it wrong, and then you take it back, and then you're mad that no one's helping you. It's a vicious cycle. The first 5 years of ministry, I promise you have done it, been there, done that, don't do it. Delegate correctly.
Yeah.
What does that mean to delegate correctly? So we have 2 more to go, so we're going to have to hurry these.
Well, yeah. So number one with delegating correctly, number one thing you got to know is it's going to take time to delegate correctly.
100.
So for a short season, it's going to take longer to do the task than if you just did it yourself. But you have to look down the road and look long term, because delegating properly is walking alongside it. Number one, this is 4 steps.
Yes, I was thinking 4 steps too. Yep.
I do, you watch.
Yeah.
I do and you do together. You do, I watch. You do, report back.
Yeah.
So it's this 4-step process where I'm going to show you what to do. And then we're going to do it together. Mm-hmm. And then I want you to do it while I'm watching you. And then from then on out, it's you do it and I'll check back periodically.
Yeah.
Or if there's something that needs to be corrected, we'll correct it that way. That's proper delegation. So that's a long process for some things.
Yeah.
If it's a very intricate task, it might take weeks to months to delegate properly through the system.
Yeah.
But if it's a simple task, you could show them 2-3 times and they'll get it right.
For sure.
I remember when we were in painting business, I think it was one of my first years working, is they would start cleaning brushes at the end of the day, and I'd stand there, and I was just happy to go home. Yeah. So I wasn't really watching. And then one day, my uncle turns to me and he goes, "Here, clean the brushes." I was like, "I don't know how to clean the brushes." He says, "You've watched me for a week. Clean the brushes." And I had to learn how to clean the brushes, and over time, I learned how to clean the brushes. But it was one of those things where I had seen it so many times that I knew roughly, okay, this is how it's supposed to be done. But true delegation takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, but in the long run, it will pay off. So delegate properly. Don't just dump it, please, because you're going to get frustrated. You're going to hurt people. You're going to drive people away. And nobody's ever going to want to work for you or work with you if all you do is dump it.
And if you're that person who constantly sees delegation turn into like frustration, then the chances are you are delegating incorrectly.
Or you're a perfectionist and you want it done a certain way. And you need to be able to just... Because a lot of things with delegation is they're not going to do it 100% like you do.
Exactly.
Let them fail. Let them fall short in those quotations. Yep. But let them progress.
Yes.
Because eventually they're going to do it better than you.
Absolutely. And another big thing about delegation is this. You are delegating a vision, not a process.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can delegate a process because it has to be done a certain way. But if you are properly delegating, what you want to do is you want to delegate a vision and show them this is how I do it.
Yeah.
But as long as the end goal meets this vision, this outcome, I don't care how you do it. Yeah. Like, as easy as cleaning the gym. I had a process that I showed them. I said, either way, at the end of the day, I want the place to be the cleanest gym in the area. Yeah. Because there's other gyms in the area that don't have a very good reputation of being clean. I said, I want to be the cleanest gym in the area. That was the vision. And so when it came to the job getting done, I don't care if the toilets got done first versus the machines. Like, I just wanted it to be the cleanest gym in the area. And so I delegated a vision, showed them a process, and then let them decide what process they were going to do to accomplish the vision. Absolutely. Next one. After you've got this inventory, after you figure out, I just got to do this, and this, after I figure out, okay, I don't need to do this. This is not my wheel alley. Like right now, I don't work on cars anymore. I bring them to the shop. I delegated that out. Does it take me money? Absolutely. Did I spend $600 for the front brakes on my rig when I could have done it for $250? Absolutely. But I saved an entire afternoon and probably broken knuckles.
Yeah, I was going to say you would have bloody knuckles for sure.
If it's something you can do but shouldn't do, delegate. There's so much in delegation that we could talk about, but we actually are in 3 more episodes. I'm super excited about that. Number 3 that you got to do is defer it. What it means is it needs to get done, but it doesn't need to get done right now. Like when it comes to taxes for 2026, they need to get done.
Yeah.
But you don't need to worry about them right now. Football season, it's going to come, but you don't need to worry about it now. You don't have to worry about it. Like right now, we need to figure out what's most important. So you need to create within this inventory what is something that needs to happen now. Yeah. Because if we major in the minors, you are still going to be playing the wrong game. Yeah. You are still going to be winning at your checklist, but losing at life. The bills might be paid, but your marriage might be falling apart. Yeah. The kids might be like clothes on their backs, but they don't like you because you're arrogant and you're never home. Yeah. And so deferring it, like what are some tasks that you need to put off so you can focus your energies to delegating this right now or doing this right now?
Yeah. So a prime example was one of the things, and this is something that I had to defer, is you and me both, but I think I was a little more hardcore than you about duck and goose hunting. Mm-hmm. I loved it, wanted to do it. I still would love to do it, but I have chosen I need to defer that task or that hobby because I have a wife and 4 kids. Yeah. Close to 100 chickens right now, 2 pigs coming in a month, and another 60 chickens coming in a week. Like, I have to defer some things because I have a different objective right now. Yeah. Now, with my oldest being 5 now, in the next 3 to 4 years, we can start looking at reincorporating that back in as a family thing. Yeah. But I can't defer getting the pig pen ready. I can't defer
going golfing every day.
I can't defer all the things that have I can't defer all the things I do here. I have to defer other things so that way the things that matter the most get the most time. Yeah. So
correction, you have to defer the golfing.
You have to defer golfing, not the wrong. Well, thing. I mean,
that'd be great. If you're single, go golfing, whatever.
But that's the thing is different stages and different time frames call you to defer different things.
One thing that I will add with this is always get third-party advice.
Yeah.
Like what you think is important versus what your wife thinks is important. Get in unity with that inventory.
For sure.
But if you're single, then you need to make sure that you have a mentor, a coach, or somebody, because you could be like, oh, let's go and play golf every weekend when you're not saving for retirement. Let's go play at this Pokemon convention for an entire 3-month stint because I've got no other responsibilities while you are totally like not building any self-esteem, character.
But here's the thing. Those things aren't wrong.
No.
But if they're all you do, not something you do.
For sure.
Then you're putting the focus on the wrong thing. So defer means I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I'm just deferring it to a later date.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times what happens is people will lose every bit of themselves along the way because they don't defer it, they ignore it. Yeah. And they get rid of it. Yeah. Like I'm not ignoring and I'm not getting rid of the fact that I love duck and goose hunting. I still have all my stuff and one day I'm going to be back to it. Yeah. But what some people may do is instead of deferring it, they just ignore it and they lose all sense of themselves. So then they wrap themselves around their job and their family and not that those are bad things. But you are still 2 people becoming one. Yeah. You are still a person and still has things you would like to do. So defer now so you can do later.
Absolutely.
Rather than get rid of forever. Because there's so many people, well, I used to do that. Mm-hmm. Well, why? Yeah. Why'd you give it up? Yeah. If that's what you love to do and that's what gave you life and gave you like energy, why did you get rid of it? And I'm not saying don't sacrifice for your family. You need to sacrifice for your family. But don't sacrifice forever. Yeah. Find a time where it can come back. Mm-hmm. That's like even in our marriages. Yeah, there's a time where we have to defer date night. There's times where we have to defer connection. There's times that we have to defer having just 2 people in your bed. Mm-hmm. Case in point, me for the last 5 nights. I have 3 people in my bed every night. And that's something I never thought I would be. Like, I was one of those people that no kid is sleeping in my bed.
Yeah.
And
until
then
it happens.
Until it happens. And
we're the best parents until we have kids.
Well, and I was so good with the first one. And then the twins came along and we were so good up until now. It's just like, no, sleep's much more important. So now I'm deferring that idealistic way of living because I need to value my sleep and my family more than my priorities for my marriage in that one area.
And the fourth and final framework for how you handle this inventory is some things you just got to delete. Boop. Get it out.
Control, Alt, delete.
You don't delete, I believe, your gym time.
No.
Don't delete your spiritual time.
No.
Don't believe your God time, your wife time, your children time. You can't obviously delete your work time. But there are certain things that you're going to have to be okay with letting go. If it's 2 hours of video games, you're going to have to sometimes delete that. If it's Netflix, you're going to delete it. Facebook, delete it. There are things that we need to delete. We are doing things. We are creating balance in the busy. And if this is causing me, I don't care how much peace it gives me, if it's taking away from me balancing my life and finding, like, I can't even say equilibrium, finding peace, then I need to be willing to say no to something so I can say yes to a better thing. Yeah. Jesus said this, it is far better for me to go away. How many know even Jesus was a good thing? Yeah. Him incarnate in this world was a good thing. But he said, I needed to go. Jesus needed to go so the better could come. Some things in your life gotta go so the better can come in. Things got to go so there is room for the better to move in. And that is where we need to trust the Holy Spirit, trust a mentor, trust our spouse to decide what is it in our life that we have to delete. Is it hunting for a season? Is it going?
Well, see, that's where, can I draw a quick line?
Yeah.
Deferring means I'm not doing it now, but I will do it later.
Correct.
Deleting brings me to 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things.
Yeah.
So when it comes to deleting things, it's not necessarily deleting the hobbies and the things. It's deleting the way that you used to handle things.
Yeah.
So when you were a child, you kicked and screamed until you got what you want.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you need to delete that and start reasoning and talking like a man or a woman.
Absolutely.
So deleting isn't just, I'm going to put it away for a little while. That's deferment. Deleting means I'm not going to do it that way anymore.
Yeah.
We used to fight and scream in our marriage all the time.
Yeah.
We got to delete that because that's unbeknownst to us, that's a task that we had on the calendars. We're going to fight.
Yeah.
Well, we got to delete that. We got to get rid of that and say, okay, we got to have communication. We got to have deep talks. We got to be able to not allow our emotions to run rampant in this season. We got to be able to control our emotions and have this conversation. So deleting is also the things that, like, and this is just a personal thing. If you like playing video games past whatever, that's your thing. I'm not going to knock it, but some things you do have to delete that were childish things. And it's just something that you have to delete to grow and mature into that next phase in life. Yeah. That's just a personal opinion. That's
I agree.
Scriptural.
I mean, I would be much more strong on that.
Oh, I know you would be. That's why I
do not. I do not like video games. Yeah. I do not. I mean, the only time I played it was my teenage years. I had nothing going on, no vision for my life, nothing I wanted to do, and so that was the pastime. And I just think it's a huge waste of time.
I played it till college, but in college, Bridget and I would play together. So it was our together time. Gotcha. And even now I wish I had it just to play together, but I never would just turn it on and play by myself. But that's something that you're building a reality in an unreal world. That's really what you're doing.
So to bring this all together, number one, in order for you to find balance in the busy when it comes to time management is number one, you need to take inventory. You've got to know where your time is going. One thing that I did not talk about, and I think this is actually vital and important to do the 4D framework, is to have a vision for your life. Where do you want to go? Are you shooting for, like, I've got financial goals for my life, I've got church goals for my life, and everything that I do lines up with these, like the visions and the tasks I do line up to make sure that those goals are coming to pass. Yeah. The financial goals, the physical goals, where I want to be, where I want my kids to be, that type of thing. And so when you have that vision of where you want to go, then you've got to take what you're doing and you've got to aim it toward where you want to go. Yeah. And when you do that, you've got to use you got to do the things that you don't want to do. You've got to delegate the things that you shouldn't be doing. You've got to defer the things that don't need to be done right now. And you need to delete the things that are taking space that don't need to be in your life.
Come on.
And with that being said, this next time we're going to be talking about energy time management. What is the difference between energy and time, and how do I maximize my energy to maximize my time? Like, comment,
share, subscribe, write us, text us, do all the things.
All the things.
Share with your friends, share with your enemy. We love y'all.
Definitely your enemies, because they need to hear it too.
And we will see you very soon.
Hasta luego.